Hello everybody and welcome back to Stellaris, where we are still working on getting our military cranked up to speed. We definitely still need to catch up on that. We are still working on getting all of this rebuilt back over here, and we have a couple of locations still to grab over here. So that's all fine. We did finish up hyper shields. What do we want to take next? Physics research from researchers is looking decent, but I think we'll take the research alternatives for right now. We still don't have a head of research right now. Expanding the council is taking a really long time. That's definitely noted. We definitely can bump this up to fastest speed. We've got this mining world here, and we can't further expand its mining. We can expand its alloy production, so we'll do that for the time being. Alloy mega forges seem like a decent way to go. Beyond that, we know that the AI is getting a little bit frisky. We got a little bit lucky that these guys decided not to attack us. I think overall, we just scaled up our military faster than they were expecting. I think that's what it comes down to. But that's still a little bit on the lucky side. So we certainly need to continue to boost up our military capacity. There's no doubt about that. We've also got this organic singularity going on, which is going to be interesting. I don't know how this is going to work out. We'll see. The first stirrings of an advanced level of consciousness have appeared on Hecella 3. However, it has become obvious that the nodal consciousness may have its own designs. In an effort to streamline processes, certain basic amenities have been curtailed. Jobs that were once done by hand are increasingly automated, and local government has found itself unable or unwilling to stem the tide of change. Many of the inhabitants are increasingly uneasy about what's taking place on their world. Understood. So we're gaining progress towards our insight tech. Cool. Now we have hyper shields unlocked at this point. We can definitely go through and upgrade our existing ships. What do we need to fully max it out? 15,000? Okay. Yeah, so obviously Corvettes don't use hyper shields. This auto-upgraded. I'm going to turn that off because I tend to prefer to manually upgrade these. I like to evaluate them every time we get a change to make sure that it's what I want them to be doing. So yeah, this seems to be pretty decent. Just running the hyper shields. We could definitely do with upgrading our armor. No doubt about that. But I haven't seen the tech come through in a while. This is negative power here, so we're going to ditch our afterburners and put in an improved reactor booster. Do we need two? No, we can just get away with ditching that afterburner and not putting in an improved reactor booster, but I'm not going to have the empty slot there. We'll have the power access to boost up our damage. That'll be fine. Okay, so that's our cruiser, and then for our battleships, we will run hyper shields as well. Otherwise, this looks completely good. Yeah, I'd like to boost up our railguns as well. But for now, how much is this going to be? 230? That's really not bad. So we'll get those upgrades going. That looks great, and we'll continue to bank up our alloys for right now. I feel like there's more things that are going to be upgraded than that, but whatever. Ow. Apparently I'm kneeing the desk. I don't know if that came through the mic, but fantastic. I have now injured my knee. Perfect. So there's a migration treaty here. We accept that. That's fine. We don't have a problem with that. More pops is good. And yeah, we are almost certainly going to have more popping in than this, right?
Ships upscaled.
No, that's it. That's all we're actually upgrading. Yeah, that would be right, wouldn't it? Because we weren't upgrading our Corvettes. That would make sense. Okay, so we now know that we need 15,717 alloys. And we're still working our way through over here. We did colonize this, didn't we? Yeah, we did. Here's our colony ship. Okay, so we're heading over there right now. We did get naval cap. That is a big boon for us. Resources from jobs would be very good. And we'll take that. Synthetic thought patterns. Let's go. So we have a lot of work to do yet. There's no doubt about that. We should probably get Seraclis building here so that we can colonize Seraclis too. And beyond that, research alternatives finishing up. Experimental subspace navigation, sure. 0-point reactors, potentially. I think we go for basic combat roles, though. Basic combat roles will help our ships pretty dramatically, and that's good. How are we looking for jobs here? And yeah, we'll get to this in a moment. Jobs look fine. The singularity has arisen on Hecella 3. After years of exponential growth, today, the nodal consciousness achieved full sapience. and wasted no time solidifying its authority. With the planet's population reduced to puppet status, many have been forced into subservience. They now exist to provide for the Hive. Fascinating. So they shifted to a fanatic authoritarian. They are now slaves to the machine. Well, we'll continue observing. I'm sure that won't cause any problems in the future. I'm not sure of that at all. That's going to be very interesting. Wua Prime is having some stability issues. We should consider putting in a corporate culture site, yes, as well as, if we can, I don't think we can yet, a posthumous employment center. I'm going to go with a precinct house. Okay. Interdimensional trade is decreasing again. These guys have suffered a series of defeats at the appendages of the warp beasts. That's unfortunate for them. Basic combat roles is done already. Disruptors? Disruptors are pretty cheap. So are plasma throwers. I'm going to go with plasma throwers for now. And, of course, we do want to hop in... What was that we just got? I'm completely blanking. What did we just research? Basic combat roles. That's right. Okay, so we need to come in over here in our battleship, and we want this to be sitting at artillery range. For our cruiser, we want this to be at line range. Our destroyer, we want this to be at picket range, even though it's not technically a picket ship. Our frigates, we want this to be in torpedo range, go in strafing runs. And then for our corvettes, we want to be in swarm mode. Beautiful. So we'll get that going. We'll, of course, have to upgrade all of these again. 177, 160, 133, and 61.75. Okay. That should not be that big of a deal.
Ships upscaled.
Beautiful. Seraclis is now ready, so we need to colonize over here, and we'll send these frogs over to colonize Seraclis Prime.
Upscaled.
From here, we could certainly
Ships
build our
upscaled.
mining stations, and that's okay.
Ships upscaled.
Man, that went fast. We're already done upgrading these. Okay, that was crazy fast. Now, keep in mind we don't have frigates built into this yet. We'll get there. We will certainly get there. Okay, so what is our current goal? Well, this mining world needs a job. So getting this mining world a job would be a decent current goal. I think we're just going to upgrade our civilian fabricators here. It's not great. The other thing we could do is go for amenities production, so we could put in, like, holo theaters. Yeah, that seems okay. We could certainly do that. The Tuxcan entity just got themselves declared on. That's intriguing. Oh, they're down to just superior to us now. So we're definitely catching up with the AI in terms of our militaries. No doubt about that. I mean, we should. We've put a lot of effort into that. So that's a good sign.
Upscaling complete.
Now, I'm not going to settle this relic world until we finish this archaeological site. So that'll be fine. From Seraclis, we're going to head to Crash. We do need to get the influence there, but we have the impulse thruster ready to go now. So that's a very, very good sign. Advanced afterburners, stormfire autocannons, antimatter missiles, all of these are amazing. This is very interesting. Empire size from districts minus 30%. But this is something we'll always have access to. So for now, I'm more interested in taking these. So I think we'll go for antimatter missiles for now. That'll allow us to upgrade some of our missile tech, which would be very good. We're heading into Crash. We're only gaining 3.55 influence per month, which isn't great, but we're not in a huge hurry to grab this stuff out over here. After all, we can only grab these three systems, right? Tem, Crash, and Xeris. Because anything else here is bordering the Imusar and Vestige, who we cannot take on yet, obviously. We could go for Guardian Point Defense here, Auxiliary Fire Control. Auxiliary Fire Control would go quite quickly, and we just got Plasma Thrower. I'm not going to upgrade to Plasma. We don't need it. Cool. So the Cash Compose is going to build in Crash once it can. That's going to be about 3 months out. Sure, that seems fine. We're at 1.2k alloys right now. What's the price of alloys? 13. That's a little on the high end. I'll let that drop for a bit.
Irrational actors.
The hierarchy
Stability
declared
falling.
rivalry on us, and there's a revolt brewing on Vinjam. Now, of course, that's not shocking, considering how we took over Vinjam. Clandestine slave meetings at night, raised levels of defiance towards superiors and missing goods can only mean one thing. The slaves on Vinjam 1 are radicalizing, spreading dissent and discord among their peers, and fear to the rest of the population. There are even whisperings of freedom, of independence from the Atreides Interstellar Construction Company. A show of authority may be necessary if we're to keep control of the colony. They'll have to be dealt with indeed. And so we shall. We're going to institute a crackdown there. Will that do it on its own? We'll have to wait for the month tick to find out. What does that bring this down to? It's 1.2,
Research
still 1.2.
actualized.
Okay, so in that case, we're going to need to... We're already doing an anti-crime campaign. We're going to declare martial law here, and we're going to increase to a Hall of Judgment. Do we still have nobody working as our enforcers? Correct. Okay. That's probably because they're all slaves, if I had to guess. Auxiliary Fire Control just finished, and from here, let's grab Positronic AI for additional research speed. And Citadels would be nice. Improved Corvette hulls would be nice and quick, though. That would be a solid upgrade to us. So we'll grab that for the moment. And we'll see what this does here on this month tick. Still 1.2. Okay, we should probably resettle Pops onto Vinjam. So, we're going to resettle from here onto Vinjam Prime, which is in here somewhere. There we go. And we're going to move non-slave Pops. I'm going to move 3 of them. 1, 2, 3. There we go. They're going to work as enforcers. There we go. Cool. Let's see what that does. Yeah, now we're dropping. Cool. That's exactly what I wanted to see. So on Vinjam 1, of course, we can build the planetary capital. The recent destruction of one of their large void dwellings at the hands of the Tuxcan entity has prompted the Khan Vasami to unite it under a single great Khan for the first time in history. So these guys... Oh, right here. Okay. This mysterious warlord, who according to some accounts is a powerful psychic, has convinced the Khan Vasami to put aside their differences for the sake of continued survival. Great war fleets from previously hidden anchorages are being crewed by eager Khan Vazam warriors and restored into working order. Under the inspired leadership of their great Khan, they now demand vengeance from the galaxy for their lost kin. Okay, so, the great Khan has arisen. Strong words indeed. We'll see if they come up this way. There's a relatively straight shot to us. But also, we'll see if the Tuxcan entity can hold them off. But seeing as they're only superior to us, I kinda doubt it. I'll be surprised if it works, if the Tuxcan entity holds them off. We may have to respond to that, but this planetary revolt is going away. That shouldn't be a problem at all. And economically, things are going very well for us. There's no doubt about that. We are going to want to continue to upgrade our fleets. And I think we can do that right now, right? We can upgrade our fleets to, oh no, these are still just level 1 combat computers. I was thinking we got level 2. But we can go to plasma thrusters at any rate. And I think that is worth doing at this moment. I'm just double checking all of these, making sure that they are all properly set up. This is flak artillery right now. Yeah, we can go to antimatter missiles anyway. So we'll do that, and for our frigates, we still only have the level 1 space torpedoes, slightly saddening. But this seems otherwise quite fine. Beautiful. Destroyers will go to level 3 missiles. There we go. Yeah, we can't upgrade our combat computers. I keep trying to do that. Hello, hyper shields. We can put in an improved reactor booster here. There we go. Beautiful. For some reason, we didn't upgrade our shields on the destroyer. Okay, my bad on that one. So we'll upgrade to plasma thrusters. Otherwise, this looks pretty decent for our cruisers. Battleships will, of course, upgrade to plasma thrusters. And that looks good. So how much is this going to cost to upgrade? That's pretty expensive. I'm not shocked about that because we're, like, refitting the engines on all of our ships. So that's underway for now. We'll let that go for a bit. This agri-world requires a job. It's maxed out agriculturally, except for upgrading the food processing facility. For right now, I'm going to build a city district to get us a building slot. And then in future, we can toss in a stronghold there to generate additional naval cap if we want to, or we can choose to upgrade our alloy or consumer goods production. Either of those would be acceptable. So we're, of course, heading over to Syraclis here.
Upscaling complete.
And there's Crash under our control. Beautiful. We may as well build our mining and research stations here. And then we will grab just Tem and Xeris beyond that. Corvette hulls. Cool. That doesn't require an upgrade, and that's absolutely fine. We could go for improved strike craft in Elgate Insight if we really wanted to. What I'm really looking for is armor upgrades here. This is 9816. Is that the cheapest we have to reroll? I mean, crystal infused plating would reroll slightly faster. But if we're going to do that, we should probably get lost building methods for that empire size reduction. That will be a pretty big reduction for our empire size. Well, not that big, but reasonably big. And that'll reduce our tech cost, which will be a big deal. So that sounds like a good plan. One pop of our founder species, Maloqui, is up for sale on the slave market. Valid destination planet is missing. This isn't even a zombie variant. Oh, okay. So we can buy them from the slave market here to go to particular pops. Goes to show how often I use slaves. Let's send them to Vinjim. Do we buy all of these? I like pops. We're going to buy pops. Sounds good. Energy credits for pops sounds super, super worthwhile to me. So we'll happily do that, and then we'll head over to Xeris as soon as we're done in Crash. We are, of course, still working on building mining stations up over this way, but look at that. We're up to a 3-star fleet now. I like it. We've broken 20K. That's solid. Are we fully upgraded there? Yes, we are. Okay, that's fine. We've got a number more upgrades to go, and we're banking up alloys again. How much is it going to cost now? 16,380. We're kind of falling behind on the alloys. That's not shocking. What is the current price of alloys? 12.72. Still a little high. I'm going to buy in a bit, but I'm not happy about it. Resources from jobs plus 5% would be great. Empire size effect minus 5% from compact living. Do it. Do it, do it, do it. I love it. Reducing the cost of our tech is going to be a huge deal. New ships could be reinforced, and actually that would bring this up to full strength, so let's do that. All we're lacking here is a battleship. Okay, so that seems fine. We're at least cutting into our ship deficit a little bit. Emphasis on the little. Pirates sighted in the Wu-Wei system. Where is this?
Under assault.
Okay, that's out over there. That's not too bad. I'm going to send our 20K fleet over to deal with that. I'm a little surprised we haven't had more pirate issues, to be honest. I would have expected additional piracy beyond what we've seen. So it's reasonably good. I'm pretty happy with that. This Forge world could definitely use a planetary administration upgrade. I love it. And we're still working in Crash here. Our influence is still a little bit low. We are still going to need Tem, remember.
Research platform lost.
And yeah, they're going to take out that research platform. That's okay.
Competitors
we'll have no
engaged.
problem dealing with this. We may lose a couple of ships. We'll see. Honestly, I'm not convinced we even took damage. Cool. We got an Elgate Insight out of that. That's nice. And we're going to head on back to repair at Nightbirth. I definitely want to return to Nightbirth Station. So we'll enter orbit there. Beautiful. This mining world requires a job. And what do we want to put in? That's a bit tough. I think for the moment we're going to go for a Cyto Revitalization Center. This is going to be... Is this only going to be one job? No, that'll be 2. So that will finish that off. No problem there then. Excellent. So we're going to be done in Crash shortly, and then we'll grab Xeris. We should have the influence to do so now. There we go. Hey, there we go. Empire size reduction. I like it. And beyond that, habitability would not be bad. Advanced afterburners would be good. In fact, advanced afterburners would be really good. I think the habitability is slightly better, though. We'll take that, and that's a more economic upgrade. I'm feeling like we've done reasonably well on our military upgrades. Like, overall, our military is doing pretty well, I think. We do have something we can grab here. This is a new tradition tree. So what do we want to take? Adaptability? Do we want to be a little spicy and take supremacy? Honestly, I do want to be a little spicy and take supremacy. That will put us no longer over our naval cap, which would be nice. The board is really spooked right now. Like, really, really spooked. There's now a council agenda available there, too. So that sounds good. But yeah, we are very focused on our own defense at this moment. Keep in mind that we're not planning to aggressively expand.
Research actualized.
That is not the point here. We are simply looking to defend ourselves at this moment, despite what our neighbors might think. Starbase Cap, Society Research. I think we go for the Society Research from researchers here. Cool. Oh, this archaeological site finally finished. The Omni Codex has been unearthed. This unique device contains the genetic sequence of every race that the Omni were able to sample, and can recreate them using only basic elements as raw materials. Unfortunately, it seems the Omni did not have time to perfect it before meeting their annihilation, so there's no means of selecting which of the many sampled races would be created in any given activation of the device. Okay, that's kind of wild. So that just allows us to create a pop? We should definitely colonize this world, and we'll colonize it with probably the Maloqui. And then from here, what are we going to do with this science chip? You can go... Do we only have the 2 tech worlds still? We've got these 2. Apparently so. You can come back to Nightbirth for now and assist research here. It's not ideal necessarily, but I want to take a look at this Omni Codex. So that should be under Society Management now. Spawn pops from an extinct species on one of your planets. Pops plural. I expected it to be 1 pop. Interesting. That's definitely something to spend our influence on, or rather our unity on, later. Probably not right now, considering we've got other things to spend it on. We're full on minerals. We'll sell some off. Okay, cool. I definitely do want to continue to work on reinforcing our fleets. We are full on minor artifacts, and we'll get back to you in a moment. We'll do a celebration of diversity, I guess. We'll get some unity out of that. Sure. We'll recap that pretty soon. Please note that the may contain traces of Vengralian waste stickers only indicate that the product is produced in facilities that also handle Vengralian waste. Not that the product itself is Vengralian waste. What do you got? They want 2 specialist pops, and they're offering to give us bunk beds. No. Get out of here with that. We're not giving you pops for bunk beds. No, thank you. So this is looking decent at this point. We do need quite a lot more alloys. There's no doubt about that. We can buy in another 1250, I suppose, and dump those into our fleets. We're going to be overcapping our naval cap, but that's to be expected. We're not overcapped right now, and that's a very, very good sign. So we're building a bunch of battleships, corvettes, frigates. Just the 1 battleship.
Upscaling complete.
Okay. Wumgium is now done, and we're done in Crash as well, and we're heading into Xeris. So we're going to get that built shortly. And we do have enough influence. Well, actually... Yeah, we don't have enough influence for Tem. I thought that that was the way that that was set up. So that's absolutely fine. No major issues there. Our battleship finishes, meaning that new ships is now also at its current maximum. I love it. And the lesser messenger is going to be worked on for a little bit here. What is this setup?
Research actualized.
Why is this missing battleships? Hang on. It's not. What? Oh, it's because we don't have any built. I'm right. Apparently, this is a kind of dumb day for me. Fantastic. Habitability is done, and we could grab cruiser hull points here. Yeah, I think that sounds decent. We'll do that. And with that, it is time to put a cut in here, so I'm going to go ahead and do that. And next episode, we're finally going to finish our expansion out over here and continue to work on getting our defenses a little bit more shored up. You can leave your offerings to the engagement gods in the form of likes, comments, subscribes, and bell ringings, and a very special thank you to all of the channel members for making this video possible, including ALS Gamer, James, Shadow Wolf, and Lohan80, Rogue Corvid, Kentogan, Spartan News, Nick Smarty, Dimitri 8, Punching the Microphone, Anna the Elephant, Soccerman12 UK, and all the rest. And of course, you. Thank you for watching. If you'd like to support the channel, you can click the join button down below the video, and as always, I will see you all next time.